Hi, everyone. Today we are going to be talking about a tool called propaganda. This is probably a term that you've heard before, and it's definitely something that you've been exposed to before. Um, Propaganda is essentially media that is released to influence people's thinking about whatever topics. If you are somebody who watches TV, you've been exposed to propaganda. Commercials are examples of propaganda. They try to get you to think that this product or this type of food or that drink is better than their competitors. Okay? In times of war, propaganda usually has a few different purposes to it, either trying to make the enemy look evil to justify, going out and killing the enemy, or for people to get involved in the war either by joining a branch of the military or by doing what they can at home. But there are a few different goals that propaganda can have, and propaganda can take many different forms. In World War One, it was primarily things like posters, but as time moves on, you will see different types of propaganda like video and songs that begin to be produced as well. Today, we are going to be focusing more on the poster side of it because, again, this is 1914, and video is pretty primitive still. There wasn't a ton of propaganda video for World War One, but there were plenty of posters. And all countries did this. This is not something that was just specific to the United States or Great Britain or Germany or anything like that. When it comes to propaganda posters, there are a few different tools that propaganda posters use, and the tools that we're focused on today are listed here. So you have demonization, which is something that tries to convince the audience to hate the enemy by depicting them as an evil entity. Right. Name calling this is a tool that uses language that encourages hatred, not necessarily because they're evil, just because you don't like them. Patriotic symbol, you'll see, especially in the United States, propaganda that wants to use patriotic symbols. You'll see a lot of the flag or bald eagles, or sometimes it's just the color scheme, red, white, and blue. Catchy slogans. They kind of stick in your head. I'm sure if I asked anybody in here what the slogan for McDonald's was, they would know, because catchy slogans will stick in your head. And then appeal to fear, making you fear the outcome of something if you don't do something about it. So those are the 5 tools that we're going to be focusing on with our assignment today, where you're going to be analyzing propaganda posters from World War One. All right, and that's the picture that you first saw. Okay, so what you are going to be doing with this is you're going to take a look at the poster. All right, and there's a few of them. You'll scroll down. There's 1 per page, so I think there are 9. Okay, so you'll take a look at the poster. You will then determine which of these tools are being used. There can be more than one. Okay, so don't think that just because it's using demonization doesn't mean it can't also be using name calling. Okay, so I'll go ahead and do this first one for you guys, so you kind of have an example of what you should be doing. Okay, so I look at this poster and I got to determine what propaganda tools are being used. Demonization, I would say it's depicting this particular person here, or the ape here is representative of Germany in this particular instance, based on the helmet that he's wearing and the club that he's wearing with the German word Kultur on there. Okay, so based on this guy looks pretty evil. I mean, he's carrying a weapon that seems to have maybe blood on it at the end. He's kidnapping someone. Okay, so I'm going to think that this is making Germany look evil. So I would say demonization would be an example of a tool being used. Name calling, destroy this mad brute. All right, they're calling the Germans mad brutes. All right, name calling is there. Patriotic symbol. I don't see any American flags. I don't see red, white, and blue color schemes. I don't see American eagles. And not that those are the only patriotic symbols, but those are common ones. I'm not really seeing anything that really calls to my patriotism. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete patriotic symbols. All right, catchy slogan: destroy this mad brute. To me, that doesn't. It's not real catchy. Doesn't rhyme. There's no kind of jingle or anything with it. All right, so I also don't think catchy slogan. All right, and then appeal to fear. If we don't stop the Germans, all right, they're going to, club us to death and kidnap, all the women. It's kind of what this is saying. Okay, so I'm going to say appeal to fear is something that's probably present in this poster as well. All right, so I'm going to then move on to the next box here, which is the goals. What is the goal of this particular poster, right? And write this using complete sentences. The goal of this poster is to get the audience, all right? It doesn't say anything on here as far as I can tell about where this poster was produced, okay? Hope I stayed in the box here. The goal of this poster is to get the audience to fear the Germans by depicting them as a violent animal, essentially. Okay. And what evidence do I have that that is what they're trying to do? Okay, so again, I'm going to go to the final box where it says evidence, and I'm going to type, what the evidence is. The fact. Actually, I'm not going to put the fact. Germany is depicted as something less than human. The ape is carrying a weapon that appears to have blood on it, showing that if we don't stop Germany, violence could be the result. Germany is also shown to be kidnapping an innocent. All right, and again, we can't really say an American woman or a British woman or anything like that because, based on what we see in front of us, okay, we don't know that information. We don't know where this is being produced. Okay, so that is what you're going to do with the other 8 posters that are on here. You're going to take a look, determine what propaganda tools are being used, what the goal, what the purpose of this poster was, what they're trying to get people to do. All right, and then what evidence is on that poster that proves that goal. Okay. If you have questions, make sure that you email me or message me on Canvas.